Modal Auxiliary. Hello students! Having studied verbs in detail, let me now introduce you to Modal Auxiliary. Modal auxiliaries are helping verbs which give additional meaning to the main verb. They help in understanding the main verb. There are different modal auxiliaries. Come, let us study them. The first one is can. This helping verb can be used for three basic functions. Can is used to express ability. For example, I can swim. You can lift those papers. Both these sentences indicate ability. Can is also used to express permission in an informal way. For example, you can take a leave tomorrow. Can I use your pen? Both these sentences indicate permission. Can is even used to express present possibility. For example, it can rain today. He can be a winner. Both these examples indicate possibility. The next modal auxiliary is could. Could can be used to express past ability. For example, I could climb the trees when I was young. This shows that climbing was the ability in the past and not in the present. Could is used in the indirect speech as a past tense of can. For example, she told me that I could help her. Could is used for polite request. For example, could I please talk to the principal? Could is used for past possibility that was not achieved. For example, they could have won the match if they hadn't lost early wickets. Could is used for present possibility too. For example, don't smoke. It could be injurious. We can replace can and could with able to. For example, I can swim. I am able to swim. I could dance well. I was able to dance well. The next auxiliary is may. May is used for asking permission or giving permission. For example, may I borrow your pen? Yes, you may. May is used for expressing possibility. For example, father may have reached home. You may learn to ride in a week. May is used for blessings. For example, may God bless you. Now, let's study the next auxiliary, might. Might is the past tense of may, so it is used in indirect speech. For example, he told me that I might score well in English. Might is used to express uncertainty. For example, this purse might be of richer. Might is used to indicate remote possibility, which means that the chances for something to happen are few. For example, India might win the match if the batsmen hit boundaries. The next auxiliary is will. The auxiliary will is used to express future tense. For example, he will practice math tomorrow. Will is used to express strong wish or desire. For example, I will one day become a billionaire. Will is used to indicate a habit. For example, he will eat only sweets. Will is used to request. For example, will you take care of my bag, please? Will is used to express willingness. For example, I will help my friend under any given circumstances. The next auxiliary is shall. Shall is used to indicate future tense, especially when you're not so sure about it. For example, we shall celebrate his success. Shall is used to command. For example, you all shall report tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp. Shall is used to offer help. For example, shall I give you a glass of water? Shall is used to suggest. For example, shall we play tennis? The next auxiliary is would. Would is the past tense of will, and so is used in indirect speech. For example, he told me that he would try to be polite. Would is used for expressing certainty. For example, he would come to my party. Would is used to denote past habitual action. For example, my grandma would narrate stories during bedtime. This means that narrating stories was a regular action in the past and not in the present time. Would can be replaced with used to. For example, my grandma used to narrate stories during bedtime. Would is used to express wish. For example, I wish you would prosper. The next auxiliary is should. Should is past tense of shall, so it is used in indirect speech. For example, I said that he should be punished. Should is used to give advice. For example, you should exercise regularly. Should is used to express obligation. For example, we should not waste our time. The next auxiliary is must. Must is used to express strong obligation. For example, soldiers must face the challenges boldly. Must is used for compulsion. For example, students must wear school uniform. Must is also used for logical conclusion. For example, the man in the black suit must be a lawyer. The next auxiliary is ought to. Ought to is used to express moral obligation. For example, you ought to respect your parents. The next auxiliary is need to. Need to is used to express necessity. For example, you need to see a doctor. You look so pale. Need to can be replaced with have to. For example, you have to see a doctor, for you look so pale. Remember to use need to and not need, as need is the main verb, but need to is an auxiliary verb. For example, I need some money. Main verb. For example, I need to borrow some money. Helping verb. The last auxiliary is dare. Dare means to challenge or warn. For example, you dare not touch my mobile. I hope the modal auxiliaries are now understood well. Now, let us try to solve the exercise.